Hello, friends of the Wildcats. An unexpected move allegedly by Kentucky? Let's take a closer look. Kentucky basketball's decision to oppose the SEC's proposed spending caps, especially when it comes to men's basketball, is a bold and strategic move that reflects the ambition of a program that has for decades shaped its identity around athletic success. While other universities may have opted to embrace the idea of a salary cap for sports, Kentucky has emerged as a powerful voice against such standardization, implicitly arguing that such an approach would not only stifle competitiveness, but also prevent programs with a history of excellence from maintaining their lofty status. Kentucky basketball has always been synonymous with innovation and boldness. From the days of Adolph Rupp to the modern era with Calipari and now Mark Pope, the program has built its reputation on attracting elite talent and providing them with the best possible conditions to thrive. The core philosophy of this model is simple. Invest heavily in recruiting and supporting athletes, ensuring that the program maintains its national relevance year after year. So when proposals are made to restrict these spending, even if they have good intentions, such as promoting equity among conference programs, Kentucky tends to resist vehemently. It's not hard to see why. The university has a lot to lose if its hands are tied by rigid regulations. On the positive side, Kentucky's stance can be seen as a celebration of the free market within the college sports context. With NIL revenue sharing in effect starting in July 2025, the ability to spend more on certain sports allows schools like Kentucky to continue to attract the best talent available. This is particularly crucial in men's basketball, where the level of competition is fierce and where each star player can be the difference between a national title and a disappointing season. After all, making a name for themselves on the biggest stages of college sports requires not only tradition, but also substantial resources to fund aggressive recruiting campaigns. It's also important to remember that Kentucky is not alone in this struggle. Other high-profile programs, including South Carolina women's basketball and Arkansas and LSU baseball, have also expressed similar concerns about spending caps. This suggests that the issue goes beyond a single university or sport. It's really a debate about how to preserve competitiveness without sacrificing the financial integrity of athletic departments. Kentucky, in leading this opposition, is taking a pioneering role, arguing that different programs have different needs, and that trying to fit them into a single mold can be counterproductive. However, there is also a downside to this approach. Allowing universities to spend without limits could create even greater disparities within the SEC itself. While Kentucky and other men's basketball giants can easily justify large investments in their teams, smaller universities with tighter budgets could find themselves at an increasing disadvantage. This not only hurts the conference's overall competitiveness, but also puts pressure on programs already struggling to keep up. And there's a risk that these internal disputes could spill over into the public arena, as Ross Dellinger suggests. Disgruntled coaches could use press conferences to publicly criticize their rivals' budget allocations, creating unnecessary tension and potentially damaging the image of the conference as a whole. Another sticking point is the distribution of the $20.5 million each university will receive annually. If Kentucky decides to heavily prioritize men's basketball, that will inevitably mean cuts to other sports. While Mitch Barnhart has said that decisions will be made based on the needs of each team, the reality is that only 3 or 4 sports will likely receive the largest share of the pie. For less hyped sports, this could result in drastic reductions in funding, compromising their development, and ultimately hurting the overall balance of the athletic department. Despite these challenges, Kentucky's stance is understandable. In an environment where money increasingly talks, the program is simply looking to ensure that it remains a dominant force in college basketball. And frankly, who can blame them? Men's basketball is one of the university's crown jewels, and any move that weakens its competitiveness would be seen as a blow to the program. Don't you think? Jasper Johnson's arrival at Wildcat Cole Lodge, announced with the excitement of someone who is already proud to be a native of the city, is yet another promising chapter in the team's construction under Mark Pope. Wearing the number 2 jersey, the 5-star recruit not only crossed the short distance from home to the heart of the program, but he brought with him the promise of a bright future for the Wildcats. Alongside him, Malachi Moreno and Reese Potter, 2 other local talents, complete a trio that symbolizes the deep connection between the state and its team. The movement on campus has been intense. In addition to Johnson, Braden Hawthorne also settled in on Thursday, swelling the roster that already included Jaden Quaintance, Denzel Aberdeen, and Jalen Lowe. In the blink of an eye, 8 of Kentucky's 10 new signings for the season are in Lexington, with only Mohamed Diabate and Andrea Jelovic missing to complete the starting group. Meanwhile, names like Otega Owe, Brandon Garrison, Colin Chandler, and Trent Noah are preparing to return to the city, ready to dive into the work that will define the next chapter of the program. This logistics of arrivals reflects the fast pace and organization that Mark Pope has imprinted on the team, a clear sign that the coach is determined to shape a competitive roster from day one. Jasper Johnson, with his contagious energy, left no doubt about his excitement. "What's up, BBN? Jasper here, ready to move," he declared, with the confidence of someone who knows the weight of the jersey he wears. "Ready to get to work, ready to bring the number 9. Let's go." The reference to the long-awaited 9th national title is something highly anticipated by the fans, who see in the young point guard not only skill, but a passion that represents Kentucky tradition. His arrival was marked by a touch of camaraderie. Malachi Moreno, a longtime friend, was there to greet him, a reminder that despite individual talent, it is unity that makes Kentucky a powerhouse. At the Joe Kraft Center, Johnson opened his locker, proudly displaying his blue and white number 2 jersey. "Kai, till I die," he proclaimed, a phrase that is beyond cliché for anyone who grew up breathing basketball in Lexington. This sense of belonging is a differentiator that Pope knows how to value. In his off-season press conference, the coach was full of praise for the recruit, projecting a great future. "I think Jasper Johnson is a superstar. I expect him to not only have it, but to be great," Pope said, with the conviction of someone who sees not only the potential, but also the need for the youngster to raise the level of the team. "He brings a rare skill set, a calm demeanor under pressure, and the ability to absorb instructions without losing his balance. He's a great shooter," Pope said, emphasizing that the program is counting on the player's greatness to achieve its goals. The learning curve, of course, will be challenging. Pope acknowledges that the transition to college basketball requires adapting to the game's relentless physicality and intensity. But Johnson, with his shooting ability, court vision, and composure, seems prepared to handle the process. The coach has made it clear that he doesn't just want the point guard to be good. He needs to be exceptional. And given the player's enthusiasm and the way he has already embraced the Kentucky culture, there's every reason to believe he's ready to answer that call. The arrival of these young talents, led by the likes of Johnson, Moreno, and Potter, is a testament to Mark Pope's work in revitalizing the program. As summer begins, Kentucky football has entered its summer workout (SZN) phase, but it's not just about lifting weights or running sprints on the practice field. Under the leadership of Dean Hood, the Wildcats are taking a creative approach to fostering togetherness and healthy competition through weekly activities known as 4 for 40. The program, which was launched by former Director of Player Development Freddie Maggard, has become a significant tradition within the program. Every Wednesday, Kentucky players have the opportunity to participate in a unique experience that begins with a motivational talk, followed by a shared team meal, and culminating in a team competition. This combination of learning, socializing, and fun has proven to be instrumental in creating deeper connections between athletes that extend far beyond the football field. The opening of this season of workshops featured former college athlete C.L. Shepard, whose inspirational message set the tone for the summer. After the talk and a shared meal, the players dove into competitive activities, some of which generated more enthusiasm than others. The water shuttle, for example, seemed like a daunting task, reminiscent of survival challenges like those seen on the reality show Survivor. It's not hard to imagine why some players turned their noses up at this particular challenge. On the other hand, the moment when the team played impromptu volleyball matches between the goalposts on the field drew attention for its lightheartedness and sportsmanship. It was a reminder that even in moments of relaxation, competition can be a powerful tool for bringing people together. While these activities may seem simple or even silly to outsiders, they have a profound impact on the team's internal dynamics. It became clear throughout the spring that these little games have the power to pay dividends when it really matters in competitive games. Kentucky safety. Ty Bryant noted the notable difference between this offseason and the last. "We Did the same thing last year, but there was something different this year, Bryant explained. Everybody wanted to win, and there was a fight. Last year, it just wasn't that. People were complaining, when can I go home? When can I leave? This year, everyone was cheering for each other. It was a real competition. This shift in mindset is crucial. Internal competition, when done well, creates an atmosphere of mutual support and camaraderie. Players aren't just fighting for themselves. They're building relationships that will help them overcome adversity throughout the season. As Bryant pointed out, these small, everyday interactions go a long way toward building strong bonds and team chemistry, essential elements for any team that wants to achieve great things. This focus on the little things reflects a larger philosophy within Mark Stoops' program. It's an approach that prioritizes human development as much as physical and technical development. By investing time and energy in initiatives like 4 for 40, Kentucky is demonstrating that success in football isn't just about raw talent, but also about a collective, resilient mindset. The purpose of these activities goes beyond providing fun or relief after intense training sessions. They serve as pillars to build a more united, committed team that is prepared to face the challenges of the next season. If Kentucky continues on this path, there is a good chance that these small steps taken now will turn into big advances in the future, and everyone hopes so. Comment below.